name is Jessica Holyfield, and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we are here taking a look at 17's Love, Money, and Fame. We have a music video as well as a choreography video to watch, which I always love looking at a choreo from 17. Now, yes, it has taken me quite a while to get around to reacting to this, and here is why. Because of who is featured on the track, DJ Khaled, there are high chances of his involvement in the Sean Combs case, aka P. Diddy. There's a lot of stuff going down with that, and so for me, I am coming from the position of it's really hard for me to support individuals that could be heavily involved in a lot of the issues that were happening with that case. So I made a deal with myself, and I will make a deal with you for as long as things are not confirmed. We will, watch, and it will be great. But the moment anything comes out that is in reference to DJ Khaled and his involvement in that case, I will remove the video. So just keep that in mind. That's how this is gonna go. So if one day this disappears, you know why. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. That scared me. I had to listen to what's going on. He just left it. Oh my God. I'm curious how it felt to record that dance in the grass. So they're showing love in terrible situations. Hey, he brings up ice cream in the track water. Look at that. I love that Jonghan's in this as well. That place is looking rough. Ooh. Yeah, that's dangerous. Are they being actually rained on? No, they are. And we walk away. Oof. A lot of roses. So we're transferring the flowers over. A lot of catastrophes, but we're just looking on the bright side is what it feels like, right? Interesting. Okay, cool. That music video was pretty fun. Fighting. Yeah. 11. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. It's clean. I mean, of course, it's clean. It's an expectation at this point, but it's always nice to see and celebrate for sure. Hey. Yeah. Ice cream. Yeah. This is a nice vibe. Like, it doesn't look overly polyrhythmic. It's not something that's like gonna kill them. It's a good vibe to do, for sure. Yeah. It's an earworm, for sure. Sorry, I was waiting for it. Okay, cool. All right, let's talk about it. Yeah, like I mentioned, this is a good one on their portfolio to it's a good vibe. It's not like Songgong. It's not like Getting Closer. Like, those are very physically demanding, and like their early debut stuff. It's a lot of energy, right? So this one's a really nice vibe. It's chill. It's literally like you're just block party with your friends is what it feels like. It's cool. Fighting! I think it's fun. They're like, all right, we're all set up, squared away, ready to vibe out. Love the head nods, nice and subtle. Everyone makes their own choice, which is fun, and I like that they all clap, all in their own way. It's very individualized, which is really fun right out the gate. They go back in. Of course, you have Vernon right here in center. Yes, I know all their names. Haha, let's go. And they build up the energy towards the inside. He goes from side to side. They all tailor their energy inward. Then I like the little bounce right here. It's not really a bounce, it's more of a rock. Then from here, we go into a monastery, into a nice little pot throw is cool. Then I do a little pas de bourrée with an extra clap on this. And I like the dig on that with that little extra shoulder to help boot with that. It's cool. And then they go nice with the clap, wrist rotation, or just the arm rotation up. So I like how they're building it up, and I like the opposition or mirrored effect that's going on the sides. So if you look here, you have, it's mirrored, but also it's balanced, which we are totally here for. And technically symmetrical. Thank you for that. It is interesting that we have two of them hit here, and then two of them hit here. Feels very intentional, right? So I guess I may have caught it off in the wrong part. Interesting. See, now I'm curious. What's going on there? I bet it was a peripheral cleaning check is what happened there. Meaning that whenever you do something in front of a mirror, a lot of times you naturally try to clean it yourself by looking at who you're dancing next to. And so these two made the exact same choice, and these two made the exact same choice, but they're different. So fascinating. But like, they're so similar that one has their hand closed, one has their hand open. That's why I think there's a chance that they're supposed to do the same thing, but one had him. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, because they brush it away. They all do that. but these two chose to do it a very specific way. That's so interesting. Love that. A little boom, boom, a little two-step coming out of that. Then they go back in, do-do-do. So you take the head, snaking it down, little accent with the knee. Really fun. Then they take it, boom, fold it, ball change to the back. We're here for that. And we end up melting it, so I like the elbows to help with the crash. Is cool. And then they go hit, pas de bourrée, bringing it around. I like the little hinge, having the arms right there glued to the side, and I like the subtle control coming out in center. That is my Where's Waldo Mingyu in it, yeah? And we walk in better, little give me 5 to get them off stage. Then we move forward, and then we got Joshua coming in hot in a chrome heart hoodie. Not even hoodie, jacket. That thing costs like $1,000 if you were curious. So we're not going to be screenshotting that because your girl can't get that easily at all. Anyway, and he's just wearing it like it's a Tuesday. Good God, they're rich. Anyway, that's life. Cool. Okay, so they go over, so you have the hinge once again. So I like the usage of the hinges, the pas de bourrées. That's what makes it polyrhythmic, is more so allowing this to have some subtlety, and it's contributing to a lot of the progression of your transition or your footwork or your arms, things like that. I like it. It's a good vibe. It makes it have an ebb and flow about it, which is cool. And I like the hit, and I like the pulse on the chest, and then we go and we extend the arm out to the side, which is nice, and then we do a little trace in towards the body, and then we hit it over, and then we once again reset in the footwork, and then we do just a little overhead going on the right hand, which is really cool, and I like that he has it to complement but more conversational. Then the accent over to the side, I like the fact that they're looking, and then from there, because they're looking at that side whenever they choose to dig, that looks like a Juby slide. Sorry, like a... There's the Juby slide, which is with the feet, but that right there there's a viral kind of ism that's happened. I think it's called, it's not, maybe it's a Juby slide or something, where it's about the hips and how you pull them as you move. I was able to teach some of my kids that because they were curious about how to do it. I think it's what it's called. I could be wrong. I'm so sorry. But anyway, I like that to get one group in and out. It's a really nice transition through content. We're here for it. And then from here, next group, you got Dino coming in the feature, and then I like the double pulse on that in opposition with the leg. They go, so we're hitting that crash quite well with the arms expanding out. And I like this part where they go and they expand it. I like the mirrored going on with that, with every other. Looks good. Then it goes nice little wag of the fingers, and then we hit it over, da-da-da-da, and the little pick up there, super cool. Then we dig with shoulder, all I need, and then we do a little guitar strum. Come on now. We pick it up, boom, and then we have a little clap out of it. Oh yeah. And then we go to a V step. I love that with our 3. I think it's Hoshi in center, right? And then we go and we expand it to the outsides. Looks great. And it goes clap, a little stab is nice. Then we do a little pas de bourrée once again. So we have a lot of simple footwork, but we're letting the upper body, we're letting other things create and enhance it. So like I said, that's not the first time we've seen a pas de bourrée in this routine. It's not even a minute in and we've already seen it twice. So it's, the first time was more of a hinge bring around. This time it's more of like a little fixed point press. It's cool. Nothing crazy there. And then they take the leg and then we do the knees. And I like the little body roll to bring it back up. And I like the little rubbing of the hands, with a little clap on the tail end of that, which I love. And we take our body with a nice little pulse on that is really cool. And then I like babe it. And they go and they turn. And I think, is that Scoops right there? I think he didn't turn either. There's only two people who didn't turn. And those were the two that were, one was your former feature, and then it was your next feature. Really nice. He goes hit, and that little one. So it's you want to keep the arms having energy in them, but it's about the body and how it's moving. I love that, and how they bring it in. Click, click, click. So they bring it in, ball change out of it. Knees are freaky loose. These are nice. I like the throws. And once again, people are making their own choices in the upper body. The legs are, as you know, they're similar. Of course, I would say Theate over here, his is bent and others are straight. It could be because of the transition and making it there. Could very simply be that. I like that. Once again, torso's complementing, creating a really nice effect, little seesaw effect right there. Baby, with the head, with the pulse. Yep, come on now. And hit it high to the mid, which is nice. And I like the high-low little rock, or just with the walk is really nice. Getting 3 and 3 out, and then you have 5 remaining. And I like the little hip accent on that too. And I like the clap on that too. DK looks nice for that part. It's cool. And then he ends up resetting there to center. And they hit it over. That feels like a little tone watt twist right there with the style. Like just a nice little push down upper body, which is nice. With a nice little bounce, the little clap on the end of it. Now this can look pretty redundant pretty quickly if you don't structure it well in other dynamics and other formations and transitions, but they do a very nice job. I'm assuming Choi Young-jun was on this in the choreography. He pretty much is always, so I think it's very safe. But if there's other people on it, let me know. I'm curious about that. It's just a nice vibe though. It looks great on them. It doesn't surprise me. It's not surprising. Like there's not really a ton of elements in it that make me go, wow, I've never seen that before. It feels like the type of track, I'm very familiarized with it because DJ Khaled's heavy involvement in the Western music scene. So I'm very saturated in it in my own natural cultural pop, right? Now, also with the choreo, a lot of it is pretty hybrid and the structure of it is very easy to digest. I'm not saying it's easy to do. It is simpler than what we're normally used to seeing with 17. I would say God of Music is probably around this threshold. It's just there was more house fundamentals in that. Here, it's just that more rock and bounce, more like that old school hip hop rock and bounce, right? Which is fine. I like it. Once again, I like the fact that we have a variety because some people are going to really appreciate these styles and others are going to appreciate spell with more of a heavy Afro syncopation involved. Some are going to appreciate more of the house, like what we see Maestro. They freaking popped off on that whole house section. It's great, you know, but here I think it's a nice vibe and they probably do pretty well at concert for sure. And there's nothing inherently like, what is it? It's not a showstopper of a title track in comparison to other ones that I've heard, but that's absolutely okay. And we can 100% also go off of the fact that I am influenced off of the sensitivity of DJ Khaled right now for me. And that's okay that I feel that way because remember, a lot of things that are going down that are my concerns have nothing to do with 17 and everything to do with what's going on in my culture in my country right now. Like this is a really big thing happening and it's shaking up a lot of stuff. So that's why I'm like, I don't know how to go about it. So that's why I do appreciate y'all's patience for me to kind of figure out and get to a good mental place to take a look at it properly so we can really appreciate the beauty and the joy and the art that is 17, but also just have that sensitivity recognized and just attentive to that too. It's important to do both. Okay, moving on from there. So I like the hit there. I like the little riz. Vernon does a really nice job just in his conversational elements and how he presents himself as a feature. It's always something captivating that I've appreciated. In Water for sure, as when I noticed it because I just looked at that. It's not going to be on YouTube because YouTube blocked it and I've already looked at all the unit stuff for concert. So if you're curious about it, yes, I've seen it. Freaking dope. I love Water. Auto-tune out the wazoo. Yes. But I like this here where they go and they just hinge it around and I like the little conversational elements that he brings there. I like the little heel toe with the little pickup of the arm. It's nice. And I like that they extend it to the out with the shoulders. It's cool. The throws are nice and they hit it with the rock back. Really nice. Little pas de bourrée again, but notice instead of doing a push or doing a hinge, they're doing a little flick of the wrist, which is nice. It's cool. And then I like this more. It's just fun. And everybody goes and brings it around with the arm. They walk it over. I like the ice cream. It's cool. Really nice in the drop. I think it's funny that he's the one that says ice cream whenever you hear the specific word ice cream come from him on his lines in Water too. It's cool. I like the little brush and how they all respond out of that. Looks so cool. A little pull of the hips is nice. And that's a fun little camel walk. We're here for it. And I love the head to the front. Come on now. And his head that I love. And I like from the front to the top, which is nice. And then take it up. Boom with a throw. We're here for that too. And the last one, yep. And then I like the opposition happening here where they go and take the torso in opposition of the leg going towards their respective outsides. And I like having your group of three right here coming in with the 8. I think these are our 3. I mean, is June in this? I think June's in this too, right? Because that's the 8 right there. Yeah, where's June? See, now I'm curious where he's at. He's going to Mingyu, DK, Joshua. Maybe he's not. Please hold. Let me do some counting. We got 11. We're missing June and we're missing Junghan. So technically these are your performance members and I would assume that June would be a part of that too. Okay, if this grouping was supposed to be a grouping like that. Okay, that's what we're going with. That's fine. Okay, cool. And I like the little reach on that. I like his subtlety right here. Nice. And then they go drop down. And I like the swing and the swing. And I love this legato in the torso. The looseness is really fun. And that's what sells it is everybody's loose in it. And how they're contributing. It's nice. And I like the U, they go high, they drop it low. And then I think is Woozy's the only one who doesn't drop. Makes sense because he is the next feature. He was directly behind the 8, so that's why he was covered. Really nice, not distracting. I like that. He hits it to the side. And then what do my other members do? Let's look. So they hit, I like it's like a little it's just a hip twist. It's nice. And then I like how they end up involving the second hip with an add-on as well. It's fun. They hit it over, down, down. I like the little heels with the flick of the wrist once again. And he's just doing more snaps, which I think is really fun. And they do a brush, nice little flick right there happening there. I like the subtlety with the, what we doing? We love that. The clap from side to side. I like this pulse, and the pulse is nice. And then they drop it down, which is also nice. And they bring it, hey, which we love that. Right there into the V, and then they go V step. They step it out. I like the flick of the foot. Oh, wanna baby. Same thing, unison, nothing crazy there. And really nice rotation to get our next feature, Sung Kwan, in, which is nice. And a switch up there, they're picking it up. And then I like how Hoshi did that, where he used the shoulder to help promote the foot going back. I like the texture he did. That looks really cool. The clap there, and then they do a little ball change, and then we go into, honestly, it's the letter M. We love it. Come on. There's your heel. Was a tone wop twist, and there was your little clap. Hitting it back. This feels so marked, but it's very conversational and laid back. That's why it's sellable. This is a very sellable choreo for me. I can see a lot of people doing. I've already seen a lot of people. Like, of course, because I hadn't analyzed it, I try not to watch the shorts that have the choreo just so I can get a nice fresh eye look on it. But I do know people are already popping off on it. Makes sense though, because it's easy to digest, not easy to do. Like I said, some people, yes, it is if this is just your wheelhouse of style, but it's like, na, 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 na. It matches the earworm of the type of track it is. The subtlety there, I like the different directions, having your outside circle facing outside and your inside circle facing inside with your feature facing front. I literally just looked at the Pentagon Patreon request where this was something I mentioned that I really appreciate when you have a contrast direction with everybody not involved as your feature, and your feature's the only one facing front. We naturally want to look at him, and there's also loud movement with softness of feature. Love that too. It's a twofer. Yeah, with a pickup there, and I like how we're doing. Honestly, we're doing a little tic-tac-toe with a suspension on the end is what that felt like, right? Maybe. And I like the little pull right there on the hip. It's cool. And we dig it around. I love that choice. And then we go heel on that. Like we were about to do a little lock-in, right? But we didn't. And then bringing it over, and they said, hey, what you want, little party? And we go to the front, and then, of course, you have Sung-hwan. He's nice and subtle. I like the little rock back on that. They look really happy doing it, and I like the fact that they're enjoying it. That's something I always want to appreciate and value. When you've done this type line of work, because being an idol is a job, doing this line of work for an extended period of time like they have, it can get very fatiguing very fast. So I am appreciative that we are able to see them still find that childlike wonder and joy about doing this line of work. I love it. It's great. I love celebrating that. It's cool. And hit it subtlety and throw, and I like how they take the arms to the heart, they bring it to the inside, and they throw it. Love that ball change. They go down, up, and then the accent. I love that choice. Have this moment, and I love that. So you have Wonu come forward, and then they go and they prevent a double V, which is nice. And then it goes da da da. His part was really cool in the music video, actually. I liked how conversational it was. Once again, conversation being a really key thing you're noticing me talk about. So that can be something that we take away. That's what makes this work, is because the type of track it is, to the type of music video visual, to what this is here. It is very conversational, very, I would say, it's relatable, sort of, in the sense of catastrophe and looking positively is kind of what I gleaned from that. And it was a bit comedic too. And then the type of track it is, for me, I'm so saturated in this type of production beat because of DJ Khaled. Growing up listening to a lot of his work ingrained in pop music, just hearing how 17 is kind of riding on it does have a sense of like familiarity, makes you just kind of want to vibe to it. It doesn't feel as much of like a dance track as much as other 17 tracks have been, and that's probably why for me I'm way more in the place of I like the fact that the type of movement that we're seeing here is like you're vibing to the track, but you're not like overly choreographing it like in Maestro. Maestro, the beauty of the choreography was it was ingrained in the track, and you were showcasing the beauty of the polyrhythms that were involved in the track physically, through delegation, through feature moments, through all those components. Was fantastic. But here, the choreography is there, not like as an ornament, but it's not the top priority in the sense of the the point is more so the performance side of it, right? Like the relatability or just the conversational elements of it. There's different priorities on this track compared to the other ones we've seen, which is absolutely fine. We celebrate that. We appreciate that. That's cool. Little pick up there, like a bounce, bounce, hit with a throw. It's nice. And I like that they just do the head. He steps it out, makes it bigger. And they do just a simple add-on. Very predictable. Doesn't bother me that they did exactly what I was predicting. Just because I've already seen it doesn't mean that, you know, therefore, duh, Jess, it's predictable because you already saw it. Not inherently true. When I see people do subtlety and I see one person do an obvious two-step progression, my natural assumption is we're going to have everybody join in the next 8 count. And that's exactly what happened. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. It's nice. Nothing crazy there. Yep, and I like the tension on that with a little sweep around with the chest. We appreciate that. And then I like for DK, he's treating it more laid back. We're here for it. They take the arms out. He doesn't do that. Makes him stay as a feature. They hit with a pat, which is nice. They little swim with the arms. They have their moment where they grab the chest. Na na na. Hear that baby, baby. Yeah, baby, baby. Yeah. And they hit, and they throw. Walk to the back. Some of them are walking on tempo. Thank you for walking on tempo. That to me is something I always appreciate. Some were not. Hoshi was not walking on tempo. I saw that. Watch. Boy, that's life though. I don't think that really mattered. They're rocking it. Another one. And then they're done. And then we have that little moment over there on stage right. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. And once again, I apologize for the delay on this. I'm glad I'm able to take a look at it and appreciate it for what it is. It's really nice. And I'm always hopeful to have more and more Incredible 17 material. I do have a couple more things coming down the pipeline in reference to Halloween's coming up in the next couple of days at the time of me recording this. And so there's a couple of Halloween material that I already have lined up to watch in reference to 17, which makes me very excited. If you know, you know. It's a very recent going 17. There's 2 parts to it. That's your hint. And if you want to just binge away at all the other analysis, because at this point I've looked at most of all of their title track work and most of their B-side work. If it has choreography, I've probably seen a lot of it, most of it. It's on Patreon, ready to binge away to your heart's content if that interests you at all. Once again, my name is Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.